You've probably found out at some point in your life that someone, or perhaps several people, secretly harbored hatred toward you. But there's no need to be upset about it, because when some people hate you, whether openly or in secret, it's not necessarily your fault. No matter how sincere, kind, or honest you are, some people may still feel a quiet discomfort or aversion toward you. Sometimes their hatred is triggered by your success, your self-confidence, or simply your calm and steady nature. People often feel an inner sense of competition toward what they don't understand or can't attain. But remember, this hatred doesn't mean you are less valuable. On the contrary, it means you are different and strong. Those who secretly hate you see something in you that they lack. And that's not a sign of failure, but of success. So now let's take a look. Why do people secretly hate you? In this video, we'll explore 9 reasons why people may secretly dislike you. So I recommend watching until the end. Let's begin with the first reason. People always see you shine. Sometimes simply being who you are, believing in yourself, living your life with love and purpose can make others uncomfortable. You don't have bad intentions. You're just trying, growing, and aiming to be happy. But this bothers some people because your light shines into the darkness inside them. When they see you, they're reminded of the person they wish they had the courage to become. Your success reminds them of their laziness. Your calm strength reflects their inner chaos. And from that, a feeling jealousy, anger, secret hatred slowly starts to grow inside them. But the issue is not with you. You're not to blame. You're simply shining. Remember, those who shine always draw attention. Some will be inspired by your light. Others won't be able to stand it. It's always been this way and always will be. The more you shine, the more people will stay silent. The higher you rise, the more silent haters will appear. But don't change yourself. Don't dim your light just so others can feel more comfortable. If your path is right and your soul is clean, keep going. Because the world needs people like you, people who radiate light. Some will look at you and feel inspired. Some will look and feel secret hatred. But you must shine for both. The second reason is that you're not easily controlled. You're not someone who says yes to everyone. Sometimes you stay silent. Other times you speak your mind openly. But in both cases, one thing is clear: you have your own will. And that makes you unsettling and even dangerous to people who want to control you. They want to guide your decisions, your relationships, even your thoughts according to their own desires. But because you can calmly say no, you disrupt their plans. You don't react the way they expect. You don't offer the comfort they're looking for. And so a sense of discomfort starts to grow inside them. In their eyes, you're a problem because you break the rules of the game. You don't follow the script that others expect you to stick to. But this is not your weakness, it's your strength. Sometimes people may call you harsh, cold, or self-centered. But in reality, these are just words that reflect their frustration over not being able to control you. Behind their secret hatred lies jealousy toward your inner freedom. Because very few people can draw such clear boundaries. Very few can say no and still live with confidence without losing themselves. But you can. That is a quiet, deep kind of power. People around you can feel it. Part of them admires it. Another part, unable to control it, develops secret resentment toward you. But don't change. Your boundaries protect you. Your voice expresses you. You are not here to please others. You are here to live as who you truly are. The third reason people may secretly hate you is connected to your values. You set boundaries on certain matters. You've come to realize that every yes to others can sometimes mean a no to yourself. That's why you treat your time, your energy, and your inner peace with respect. And that alone is enough to make some people feel uncomfortable, because their relationship with you is measured by how much they can use you. They're used to you saying yes to every invitation, answering every call, solving every problem. When you say yes, they breathe easy. But then one day you quietly say, no, this time I'm choosing myself. And from that moment on, you no longer look the same to them. Some may see you as changed, perhaps even colder. But the truth is, You haven't changed, you've simply started including yourself in the equation. And for those who only loved you for what you gave them, this is an unacceptable transformation. Because in boundaryless relationships, one side always gives and the other always takes. But now you've disrupted that imbalance. Setting boundaries isn't selfishness, it's maturity. It doesn't mean leave me alone. It means I want to be seen too. It doesn't mean you don't love others, it means you've started loving yourself just as much. If someone secretly hates you because of your boundaries, know this. The problem isn't your boundary, it's their inability to handle limits. And you keep going. Stay calm, understanding and respectful, but with clear boundaries. Because setting boundaries is claiming ownership over your own life. And sometimes the greatest strength lies in the courage to say no. Being different from others is the fourth reason why some people secretly resent you. You are not ordinary. In a world where everyone is trying to look and act the same, you have the courage to protect your uniqueness. And that makes you both fascinating and for many hard to understand. Sometimes they may call you quiet, cold, or lost in your own world. But in reality, you're just a deep thinker. You don't look at things on the surface, and you don't blindly follow the crowd. You have your own path. Where others easily say yes, you ask why. You don't go in the direction everyone else is going because you don't belong there. Yes, your uniqueness may have left you feeling alone at times, but that solitude has only made you stronger. It's in that solitude that you've come to know yourself, grow and find your own voice. This feels strange to many people because most are still living lost within the crowd. And when they see in you what they haven't yet found in themselves, it triggers a quiet discomfort. Maybe they admire you, maybe they find inspiration in you, but at the same time a silent comparison begins within them. And the feeling of inadequacy that arises from that comparison often turns into secret hatred. But you must know, this hatred is born from the fact that your light touches the shadows within them. Still, if you're different, protect that. Don't shrink yourself just to fit in. Don't dim your light so others can feel comfortable. Shine, don't change. Your difference is a mirror that helps others discover who they truly are. And remember, all great transformations begin with the courage to be different. The fifth reason is that you don't engage in gossip. You don't get involved in drama or meaningless conversations because you know they never lead to anything meaningful. Talking about others' lives or getting caught up in shallow topics feels like a waste of your time and energy. Yes, some may see this as cold or disinterested, but in truth, you simply choose to invest your energy in things that add value to your life. Gossip may temporarily connect people, but that connection is usually shallow and aimless. You, on the other hand, choose to take part in meaningful, deep conversations. Maybe you rarely or never engage in those types of discussions, but don't forget, the true meaning of life isn't found in criticizing others, but in understanding and supporting each other. Some people are surprised by your coldness. They don't realize that your silence is actually your strength. Because sometimes speaking only adds unnecessary noise. There is depth in silence. Paying attention to someone, trying to understand their emotions, these are far more valuable and constructive. You avoid empty energies and focus only on genuine connections. Some may find that hard to accept because they are used to living in anxiety, commenting on others, interfering in lives that aren't theirs, but not you. You choose to surround yourself with people who are your equals. You keep growing. You invest your energy only in things that bring real growth and meaning to your life. A truly strong person is the one who stays away from pointless, empty arguments. And in doing so, you teach others to focus more on their goals and dreams, and to add real meaning to their lives. Avoiding gossip gives you more room to move forward, and to build genuine positive relationships. Because silence is not only a sign of deep thought, it's also the power of self-awareness. You're reliable but not boastful. And this is what Stoics identify as the sixth reason behind hidden resentment. You carry a quiet, steady strength. On the outside, you may seem simple, but within, You are stable, deep, and radiate a sense of trust. People feel they can rely on you because you speak with consistency. You keep your word and you don't back away during tough times. But here's the thing. You're not doing any of this to show off. This is what sets you apart from others. Because many people are constantly trying to prove themselves. Those who are still searching for the answer to the question, who am I? Often make noise and do everything they can to get attention. But you don't need that. You simply exist quietly. Your energy, your presence speaks for itself. And that can make some people uncomfortable. Because all the effort they put into being seen is suddenly overshadowed by your humble, yet steady presence. In the face of your silent strength, they begin to feel their own weaknesses, and that can stir a quiet unease within them. Your reliability brings both comfort and discomfort to others. Comfort because they know they can count on you. Discomfort because to be seen as your equal, they'd have to be just as honest, consistent, and strong, and not everyone is capable of that. But you're simply on your own path. Your inner confidence doesn't need outside noise. You don't advertise your achievements, because you know that silent progress is the most powerful progress. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone, because you already know who you are, and this quiet strength earns you the most lasting respect over time. Because people don't want noise, they want stability. They're looking for trust, and your honesty, consistency, and calm power make you that trustworthy person. Yes, not everyone will understand this silent strength. Some may label you as unambitious, withdrawn, or too plain. But over time, they will realize that true strength isn't found in noise or in being seen. It's in remaining firm and unshaken from within. As long as you stand tall, as long as you know who you are, life will always guide you in the right direction. Let's not forget, trust built in silence is the most enduring force. The seventh reason is your constant self-improvement. You strive to become a better version of yourself every day. You're not afraid to face your own mistakes. Even when life tests you, you don't stop. On the contrary, you turn every challenge into an opportunity. Because you know, growth isn't a coincidence, it's a choice. But some people are afraid of change. They can live for years with the same thoughts, the same habits, the same life, just to avoid leaving their comfort zone. And you don't fit into their fixed, directionless world. You're always reading, learning, asking questions, and learning from your mistakes. And this ability to change unsettles some people, because your growth reveals their stagnation. Your willingness to work on yourself forces them to look at their own lives. And that reflection isn't always comfortable. That's why some people may criticize you, distance themselves from you, or even secretly resent you. But that's their problem, not yours. You've understood that true growth begins from within. Before your appearance can change, your mindset must. And that's exactly the path you've chosen. To work on yourself, to become a little stronger every single day. Sometimes this path may feel lonely. People might not understand you, support you, or they might even say, "You've changed too much." But when you hear that, smile, because that's proof you're on the right path. Those who are in motion change. Those on a journey evolve. You weren't born to stay in place. Being someone who remains the same, who never changes, that's not you. Your soul craves to grow, to evolve, and that desire is the greatest gift life has given you. Remember, a flower doesn't bloom in a single day, but if it turns to the sun each day, it will bloom eventually. In the same way, you follow your own light, even if others don't understand it. Your path is clear. Someone who works on themselves has already taken the first step to changing the world. As you change, your world changes too. You're happy without needing approval, and that's the eighth reason behind the silent envy. You don't place the responsibility for your happiness on anyone else. You don't need someone to like you, validate you, or applaud you in order to feel good. You've long realized that true joy comes from within, not from outside. Society constantly pushes this idea. If others like you, you must be valuable. If they applaud you, you must be successful. But you've woken up from that illusion. You've come to understand that inner peace is more valuable than external validation. If you can look in the mirror and be at peace with yourself, that's enough. And for people who are dependent on others' approval, this is hard to understand. To them, happiness is about social media likes, admiration from others, and constant praise. And because you don't play those games, they might see you as strange or even arrogant. For some, your attitude might even feel insulting. What do you mean you feel good without my opinion? How can you still smile despite criticism? Those questions reveal the emptiness in them and the fullness in you. You are calmly happy. You carry a sense of inner peace. To you, joy isn't a result of achievement, it's a state of being. It arises simply from accepting yourself as you are. And that calmness both inspires and unsettles some people, because many people are still used to living for the approval of others. They expect praise, applause, and sometimes even sacrifice who they truly are just to be liked. But you don't need any of that. You've come to understand what inner freedom really means. That is true strength. To feel peace within despite the chaos around you. This is not something that can be taught. It's the result of self-work, self-love, and not tying your worth to anyone else's standards. Yes, not everyone is capable of this. That's why some may judge you, think you're cold, or even secretly resent you. But you know that their reaction to you is simply a reflection of their own inner discomfort. It's not about you, so continue on your path. Even if no one validates you, you've already validated yourself. Even without applause, you walk through life with love and integrity. To be happy in this world without needing external validation, that is the greatest victory. Your joy is your strength. Protect it, share it, but never let it depend on anyone's opinion. And they see themselves in you. One of the strangest reasons people may feel negative toward you is this. You remind them of themselves. Especially the parts of themselves they haven't accepted, don't want to see, or are too afraid to change. They've buried these traits deep inside, living with them without ever making peace. Then you come along, and either you express that trait openly, or simply your presence triggers a memory of it. And suddenly, without any logical reason, a hidden or open discomfort toward you begins to form. This discomfort can show up as jealousy, resentment, or even mockery. But the root cause stays the same. You awaken an old, untouched part of them. They see in you a strength, courage, authenticity, or calmness they can't yet find in themselves. So they react negatively, most of the time without even realizing it. They don't fully understand what they're feeling. They just sense an inner irritation and direct it at you. But the problem isn't you. It's something within them they haven't faced. For example, your calmness might irritate someone who constantly lives in anxiety. Your self-acceptance might feel unbearable to someone drowning in insecurity. By simply being yourself, you disturb the inner noise they've been trying to silence. Your presence shakes their mask, even if you say nothing at all. In such moments, remember, this is their problem, not yours. You are not obligated to change, to stay silent, or to hide yourself. On the contrary, when you encounter this kind of behavior, recognize that you are a mirror. And some people simply don't want to see themselves in that mirror. They don't dislike you, they dislike themselves. And that should never be a reason to change your path. The best response? Stay calm, stay honest, and stay true to yourself. Because whatever your presence awakens in others, that is their story, not yours. So if people secretly dislike you, it might actually be a sign that you are on the right path. The truth is, not everyone will like you. Even if you act kindly, honestly, and sincerely, there will still be those who don't appreciate you, who feel a subtle discomfort or jealousy toward you. Why? Because some people simply can't handle your energy, your peace, your success, or your self-respect. They'll try to change you, silence you, diminish you, but that's just a reflection of their own dissatisfaction projected onto you. Remember, you don't need everyone to like you. If you try to be liked by everyone, you risk not being yourself. You lose your identity. You suppress your spirit, and in the end, Your inner peace is disturbed. Yet true strength, true magnetism, lies in protecting that peace, in knowing your worth and in realizing that you have nothing to prove to anyone. Sometimes staying silent, sometimes just smiling and walking away. That is not weakness. That is a sign of strength and self-confidence. What matters more than what people say about you is what you do and how you feel inside. If you live with inner peace and a clear conscience, that is the greatest victory. So don't let someone's secret resentment or biased looks shake you. Most of the time, it's simply because your light disturbs their darkness. Just protect your worth, guard your peace, and continue forward with confidence. And most importantly, stay true to yourself. Because in this world, the person who should love you the most is you. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. See you again soon.